Welcome back to Almost Gone with Robert Routt. I'm Robert Routt, and this is the podcast. It's based on my memoir, Almost Gone: How Walgreens and the Pill Mills Nearly Took My Life. In the last episode, I talked about the Florida pill mill era and how so many people, including me, became caught up in a system that seemed normal at the time. But addiction doesn't happen in isolation. Long before I was willing to admit something was wrong, the people who love me were starting to notice. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because one of the hardest truths about addiction is that people around you often see the problem before you do. Looking back, I can see changes that seemed small at the time. My mood was different. I would be happy and sad all in the same time. My priorities were different. I used to have a priority list and then I had no list. I wasn't always present, even when I was physically in the room. The medication has slowly become part of my daily life. And because the change happened gradually, I didn't realize how much I was changing. But the people who loved me did. Family members would ask questions. They would look at me differently. Sometimes they were concerned, and sometimes they were frustrated. Sometimes they didn't know what to say. And honestly, neither did I. Because when you're caught in an addiction, you become very good at explaining things away. You tell yourself that you're fine. You tell yourself you're still in control. You tell yourself, oh, I'll come back tomorrow. You tell yourself that everyone else is overreacting. I told myself all those things. The truth was, I didn't want to face what was happening to me. Because if I admitted there was a problem, then I needed to do something about it. And that was a scary place to be. The people who love someone struggling with addiction often feel helpless. They want to help, they want to fix it, and they want the person they love back. But addiction doesn't just affect one person, it affects the entire family, it affects relationships, it affects trust, it affects every conversation in the house. And sometimes it creates wounds that last for years. Looking back now, I understand things differently. I understand the fear my family felt. I understand the frustration. I understand the sleepless nights. And at the time, I couldn't see it. Today, I can. And if you're listening to this because someone you love is struggling, don't underestimate the power of showing up. You may not be able to fix everything, and you may not have the perfect words, but your love matters. Your presence matters. And sometimes it can make all the difference. In the next episode, I'll share how things continue to spiral and how I find myself heading toward one of the darkest chapters of my life. This is Almost Gone with Robert Routt. Thank you for listening. And remember, sometimes the people who love us, see the storm coming before we do.